So Wendy Williams, okay, she is supposed to be coming back to daytime TV, doing her show, the Wendy Williams show. Now, her team basically came out with a statement informing the public that Wendy Williams would not be returning as scheduled. Now, they basically was saying that when they say not returning as scheduled, they're talking about her promotional tour, because usually Wendy Williams do a promotional tour before every season. But on the day, like a few days ago, this past weekend, her team came out and said Wendy is dealing with some ongoing health issues and is undergoing further evaluations. She will not be able to complete her promotional activities next week, but can't wait to be back in her purple chair on Monday, September 20th for the 13th season premiere. Now, that's not really saying that Wendy Williams is going to actually return, right? That's saying that she's hoping that she's able to come back. And, it has made a lot of people concerned, including me. I've been an avid watcher and listener of Wendy Williams way back when she was on Wendy Williams Experience and stuff like that. When I first heard about her and watched her on VH1, and of course, up until now, I've been watching the Wendy Williams show for a long time. I kind of fell off, haven't been watching it like maybe the past few years, but I grew up on Wendy, and she inspired me to do stuff that I'm doing right now, which is podcasting. So. Pretty much, people are speculating, what could it be? Like, is she allegedly back on drugs? Is it her Graves' disease? She has a couple of other illnesses that she's been dealing with. She also had like a disease that basically made it so her feet like completely swelled up. And there was like a photo that came out of some disturbing images of her feet. And it just looked real painful, real painful. And sometimes when people see messed up feet, they try to make jokes about it. But like there was like no jokes to be had about like the way that Wendy was looking, her feet was looking, and everything else. Just really concerning. All right, now I'm going to read some of the information in regards to this whole thing, exactly like what may be going on with Wendy Williams from the Page Six, because they were the ones that reported it, along with they're the ones that put out the actual photos of her getting out of the car, looking disheveled and having her blue hospital socks on. Now they're reporting that basically Wendy Williams' staff is unsure whether she's going to actually show up on September 20th to perform and do her show. Now, they're saying, allegedly, insiders are not convinced that the talk show host will be back in that purple chair due to her canceling all of her promotional events the past week. And basically, an insider is saying that everyone is staying tight-lipped about it, but there are whispers that she may not be returning. Now, this is very, very concerning because, after seeing the photos of Wendy Williams getting out of the car and the way that she was looking, I'm just hoping that her life is not in danger or at risk, because of her health and stuff like that. I'm just really concerned. You get it, and, on the heels of us losing Michael K. Williams due to an alleged overdose from fentanyl, I'm just nervous about Wendy Williams. And we also had another comedian named Farquaad Johnson, who was a comedian. I never heard of him before until they spoke about him overdosing, but he overdosed with like 3 other people due to fentanyl that was mixed with cocaine, allegedly. And, with Wendy Williams having a supposed addiction, I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned about whether, I just don't even want to talk about it because I'm just thinking the worst at this point. And the video footage, that I looked at, she looked very exhausted. She looked at, completely withdrawn. She didn't look okay. She did not look okay. And I just feel like Wendy Williams, look, I don't know if you're listening to this, I don't know if you listen to podcasters like myself, that's in the media market, but I'm telling you, as an avid listener, as a supporter of yours for like the past decade, that it is okay to bow out gracefully and really try to take care of yourself. Oftentimes when we get on these platforms, when we do gossip and stuff like that, we rub a lot of people the wrong way, and it makes it so the general public, they won't like us, right? Because we're spitting real stories for the most part. We're giving our truth, and we're saying, like Wendy would say, we say it like we mean it, right? And people don't like that. And I feel like that has basically put a target on Wendy Williams' back. And don't get it twisted. She said a lot of things that has been outright just bizarre, wrong, dirty over her past, 30 some odd career doing broadcasting. However, I can never take away that she's still a human being, and I would never wish bad health on anybody. So with that being said, I want to say to Wendy Williams, if you are a listener or anybody that knows Wendy Williams, help her, take care of her, and don't leave her alone. Please, if she has a drug problem, please do not enable this. Okay. This kind of makes me think about, I think it was like last year or so, 2 years ago, when DJ Booth quit the Wendy Williams show, and he went on social media calling out Wendy Williams and basically saying that there were some victims and stuff like that. And then there was all these allegations saying Wendy Williams was coming on to DJ Booth. I don't know if that's true or not. Just a lot of things, and of course, we can't forget Charlamagne the God, basically calling out her production company on how they've been handling Wendy Williams and basically trying to prop her up and, use her to the very last drop, knowing that she's not in the best condition, and that's my biggest concern. Like, we know Wendy Williams is being a workaholic. She says that on her show, but we really don't want her to work herself to death. I'm tired of hearing about icons, losing their lives unexpectedly over something that is so preventable. And if she is still suffering with this addiction, because a lot of times I personally have not been addicted to drugs, right? But, of course, I've been affected because I've seen family members struggle with addiction. And, the one thing that I noticed, what they always say is that once an addict, always an addict, And with that, I'm saying it with love, that I hope Wendy Williams' team and her family stay close around her and try to get her back to her health. And really, at this point, it's just F that talk show, really, because I just feel like if you are not here, there is no talk show. If you are not here, there is no talk show. You understand? And I feel like Wendy Williams don't understand that. Maybe, I don't think the people that's producing this show does not understand that. I think people are so thirsty because we're in a pandemic, because before I'm pretty sure they were thirsty about keeping the show on because they wanted to check. But now they're in a pandemic. They done went through hell and high water. They need that money. And I just feel like at this point, Wendy Williams is starting to become that sacrificial lamb. It's just like, let's just keep hammering it and making it go, when clearly this woman has had it. This woman she's 57 years old now? She's getting up there, and she needs a break. And I think that she needs to sit down. We know that she admitted that she has Graves' disease, which is serious autoimmune disease, and then she said that she had another additional disease that was affecting her feet and everything else. And then we seen those grotesque photos of her feet, and that was just like, whoa, like, what is she going through? And on top of that, that alone, that type of pain will make you maybe be on painkillers. I would think that she's probably on painkillers for the stuff that she's dealing with. And that's scary, because that can be like a gateway to her getting back into this previous addiction that she may have had, if that is a fact. I'm not saying that it is fact, actually. Let me just... Hey, to listen to the rest of this podcast, be sure to check it out right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and much, much more, y'all. It's the DJ Jericho Podcast, where we talk about celebrity news, commentary. Yo, check it out right now, okay? All of those apps are free, 99. Download it and hear the full podcast. I'm making a movement. I appreciate everybody for your support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love. Peace. Also, make sure you guys go to my website, djjericapod.com, for the latest music news and entertainment gossip, y'all. Come on and join the community, and make sure you guys subscribe. Put your email list in, subscribe, and you guys will be notified for late breaking news. I'm always moving, y'all. If you like music from the 90s and the 2000s, make sure you guys subscribe to my other channel, DJ Jerica Music Lounge, where I'm playing all of your favorite throwback jams, y'all. And I get down, baby. It's my mix show. It's you hearing what I sound like. Yeah, I sit here and gossip, but I am an actual DJ, and I do mix it up on the ones and twos. So I hope you guys join me. Make sure you guys, of course, subscribe to this channel, but also go ahead over to DJ Jerica Music Lounge and subscribe there now. I appreciate y'all. Peace.